Good morning, everybody. So sorry, I'm totally doing my post today in my car. That is what life has dealt me, that I won't have time to do it later. So for the first one of gender conversations, is identified as a cross-cultural communication because men's speech tends to focus on relative hierarchy and women's tend to focus on relative connection. Give examples where you either experienced or observed the distinction between use of language to build rapport versus use of language to report information. So, for example, I work in an office that is predominantly women. The only male in the office is our doctor. So when us girls go and chat with each other, it is one, there's always a bunch of things to come first before what we actually have to talk about. But our doctor has asked us specifically, like, hey, when you come to me and you have something to talk about, please go ahead. He's like, yes, I know you want to give me, like, do it quickly, but he goes, start from the beginning, but give me the facts only. And that's all he wants. He doesn't want any of the fluff that may come in there, but he's like, he just wants to know the facts and the point of the conversation. And that is different for, like, when we speak to each other, because some of those little nuances that we might want to know about the patient or whatever does come in. And for us, it's not just facts only. There are other things involved in it as well. So that is something that I deal with on a daily basis when it comes to reporting information to our doctor, who is a male, between talking to the rest of the girls in the clinic who are females. So the second question is culturally embedded language. How do cultures influence behavior in specific contexts? Share a time when you witness a compliment or other speech act that was misunderstood due to the cultural differences. I think for this one, the biggest one that I see is that, oh my gosh, this one's kind of hard, that compliments can be different. I think somebody mentioned in one of their videos that, like, interrupting somebody can be, it's a compliment and it's not considered rude. I think that this, it shows that you're, like, excited. This is something that I see a lot of the times, but it's just in different cultures in general. But I think that the biggest one, it comes with how we compliment each other, or how we say that something is fine, or something that is how we speak to each other. Here, that's a great example. So Hispanic family is one of my coworkers is Hispanic, and a lot of things is very loud, it's very aggressive, and it's very upfront and in your face. And a lot of people would say, I have another coworker who thinks, oh my gosh, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, or I wasn't trying to be rude. And my friend's always like, oh yeah, no, I'm not rude. I'm just having a conversation. Like, she talks with her hands. So I think things like that people can think that things are being rude or out of context, when really someone's just having a conversation. That might be the biggest one that I see within our office as well. And communication styles, in what ways can the knowledge of high context and low context communication impact intercultural communications and global communication? Have you ever experienced a situation where high context or low context communication style led to a misunderstanding? How was it resolved? Okay, so this happens a lot with me and my husband. I am a talker. I am a outward thinker, and he is definitely an inward thinker. And one thing that happens is that let me go back to the question really fast, it's very surface level is kind of how I take it, that he doesn't understand that there is more to the conversation other than just words. Our body language, and how we say something. This comes up in arguments all the time, where it's like, hey, okay, like, your body language says that you're angry or whatever it is, or like when someone was speaking, that this was the message that they were conveying. So that's one thing that happens a lot, I think, in just communication in general, not only with my husband, also with people that I work with, is that we forget that there is more to the conversation than just the words we're using. Because you can say, like, wow, I think that you look really pretty today, or wow, you look really pretty today. Like, there's a sarcasm to it. So I think that there are a lot of people that don't understand that there's more to conversation than just words. Your body language, I believe, what is it, like 70 to 75% of the conversation is done through your body language. And I think that is something that we forget in a society that, for those of us, I think of like our high EQ and a low EQ is also like high context, low context conversation, is that you also have to have that emotional intelligence to also have that conversation, to understand that body language and that tone.